Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our Let's Play series. And in today's episode I'm gonna teach you guys how to deal with lava when you are mining a perimeter in the Nether. So last time, where were we last time? Last time I showed you guys the progress in the Nether Hub expansion we are doing here. I was still mining this here, and as you can see, got all the way down to bedrock. Oh, uh, okay. And I also mined a little bit behind the perimeter there. But this also is a good example of the first part of mining a perimeter in the Nether, that is make a mob switch. Unless you like stop mining to deal with gases every 5 seconds. And the second part is we are specifically talking about lava. And as you can see here, I am at layer 32. And that's the layer where we have this big ocean of lava, right? Above this, we only have sometimes a pocket of lava that's like just one block with a lava source, you know? I'm not gonna have the luck of finding one here. But if you have those, usually I mine with blocks in the offhand. So if you mine a block and it's lava, you just place a block in the lava source and delete that, right? But another thing I want to say is if you don't want to mine or to deal with lava, you don't have to deal with lava, because if you are mining a perimeter just for a farm, below lava there is not gonna be any caves. Everything below lava is gonna be either blocks or full of lava. There's no air below lava unless you went there and mined for ancient debris or something like that. So if you are doing a perimeter for a farm, you don't really need to spawn proof anything below lava. And yeah, in my world I have 3 perimeters that I was lazy and mined just until lava level here, as you can see. Yeah, and in this perimeter specifically I don't have a farm. I have a mob switch here, which I'm gonna show you guys. See here underneath the lava where I didn't mine. I will eventually one day mine this area when I'm expanding the Nether Hub. But yeah, down here we have 70 zombie villagers that I have traded with, so they don't despawn and they do count for mob cap. So if we load that chunk, that's mob switch, right? If you don't know how mob switches work, that's basically it. I suggest if you want a mob switch to search for mob switches on YouTube, because there is other ways to do, like with wardens, with chokers, with withers, and then you can choose which one you think is the best for you. And here is just my chunk loader. I throw an ender pearl here, and there is a string here on this observer, and it pushes the ender pearl back up. Yeah, I copied it. Oh, first try. I copied this design from a video I saw in Joe's. Oh my god, I can't throw in Ender Pearl today. On Joe Hill's channel, but it isn't his design. Well, in the video I built this, I did put a link in the description. So if you want to look for that. Why am I so bad at throwing Ender Pearls today? Usually works first try. Let's see. There we go. No, we don't go. Oh my god. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, first try. right? Yeah, looks like it's working. uh, okay, so now that we have the mob switch on, you will see there is not gonna be any ghasts, anything. If you don't want to do a mob switch, you don't really need to. It's just gonna be way more annoying to do the stuff, and you have it to when we start building the flying machine, you have to not be too close to the flying machine most of the time, so I guess it doesn't destroy your flying machine. But yeah, as I was saying before, the last time I showed you guys this, we were, I think, at layer 7 here, and now we mined everything, and we mined also all this part behind here. This part didn't really have too much lava, so I didn't build a flying machine. So now we still have this little part here that is about, I think it's about 75 blocks wide and 420 long, because it's next to this 420 by 420 perimeter. And then we have this other part that is, I think it's 300 wide and about 500 blocks long. So I'm gonna do this part first to show you guys, but it's basically the same thing, but if you have a wider section, you're gonna have to build the flying machine more times, right? You will see that is a repeating pattern. So first thing, you have to mine everything above lava level. That's done already. And now you have to decide the area that we're gonna do. So in my case, I'm gonna do, you know, from this wall here until there. And you do need a 4 wide block with air. So in this case, this, right? And it can happen like here that you have lava. So yeah, for this part you will have to use gravel or sand or whatever block you want to remove lava. Sometimes scaffolding is good too. So yeah, you do need a 4 wide gap here to build the flying machine. So I'm gonna have to dig this, and also you need the walls. So for example, that side we already have a wall, of course, but here we're gonna need it to build a wall, so we're gonna have to place a lot of gravel here to build a wall. Yeah, and if you want to, let me show you guys here. Sometimes it is good to use this little contraption that's basically just 2 observers like this and a piston, and then you can just place gravel like this. And you, when you are building these walls, the only thing you have to watch out is for soul sand, because if the gravel falls on soul sand, it breaks. So if there is soul sand, like if you are in a soul sand valley biome, you're gonna have to drink a fire resistance potion and go down there and either directly place the gravel on top of the soul sand or get a shovel and destroy the soul sand. So yeah, let's build the walls here, and then I will build the walls and mine a 4 wide gap here and come back with you guys. On the other side, because I already mined it there, I don't need to mine a 4 wide gap, but yeah, here I can just build the flying machine here behind this wall here. So yeah, I'm gonna build the gravel wall and I'll come back with you guys in a second. Okay guys, I'm back here. It was only 1 second and I built the wall here, and also I mined the trench here. I think I forgot to say, but you don't need to mine this far wide trench all the way to bedrock. About layer 20 is fine, because that's about when the big lava oceans stop. So now it's time to build the flying machine. And one thing, the materials you're gonna need is this. You need solid blocks, slime blocks, stick pistons, observers, and furnaces, or any blocks that are immovable, like obsidian, whatever. And one important decision is where you're gonna have to build the flying machine here, and then you're gonna have to build another flying machine to push this flying machine 1 block down every time. And you're gonna have to choose one of the sides to build it. In this case, I'm gonna choose that side to build the flying machine that pushes 1 block down, because the side you choose here is gonna be the opposite in there. So in that side we're gonna build in that side in that way, because it's empty there. In here I can mine into the wall if I need to. Okay, so we need to start building the flying machine here, and we are going to build it 1 block above the lava level. Right, lava level is here, so we're gonna build the flying machine 1 block above, because like I said, we're gonna push it down 1 layer every time. Okay, so let's start building it here. Okay, so this is how you build the flying machine. You need it here. We're gonna leave 1 space for now, and then 1 observer facing down like this, 3 blocks, another observer, and then we have it to go to the block in front here and do the same thing. 1 observer, 3 blocks, and 1 observer. Okay, now place slime blocks on top of these observers and these blocks that you just placed, and you have to place a stick piston here and another stick piston here, and now it's the regular pistons on the sides here. So let me go down a little bit and place the regular pistons. Right, it's very simple. And now you have to repeat that. So here we will need the observer, and 1, 2, 3 observer, 1, 2, 3 observer, and this is just so we can build it. Now 5 slime blocks there, 5 slime blocks here, stick pistons, and now the regular pistons here and here. So yeah, now keep building this until you get all the way to the other end. So let me do that and I'll come back in a second with you guys. Okay, I'm back here, and as you can see, this is gonna happen, that you have a space left that doesn't fit a full flying machine. This flying machine has 12 blocks, and I just noticed I forgot to place the stick pistons here. It's fine. But yeah, what to do when the flying machine doesn't fit there is basically you have to build a smaller version of the flying machine. So let's try to do this here. So you absolutely need uh, a regular piston here. No, here. Because if you place a slime here, it's gonna stick to the wall and not gonna work. Then I guess we would have a observer here and another one here, and then we would have a stick pistons here and here. Yeah, so this would be the minimum size of the flying machine. And let me see, when we push this down, it's gonna be fine, except yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, actually, this is probably like the smallest. 3 blocks is the smallest size we could get, because if it was 2 blocks or 1 block, we would have to make this one here a little bit smaller so we can fit this one here. But yeah, I think now everything is fine. Let me just collect these blocks. And now there is a very important step, that is whenever you have this observer here, you need the furnaces behind it, because when we push the flying machine down, this piston will try to push the observer there, because whenever we, let's see here, when we push this down, this observer will activate this piston that will be in this block and try to push this observer down. So we need the furnaces behind where these observers will be. So we already placing all the layers here, right? So whenever you have an observer here, you place furnaces. And we have to do the same thing on the other side, but for these observers. So whenever on this block here, so for example, here is the Z is 592, negative 592. So I have to go there and place furnaces on 942 and so on. So let me first place the furnaces on this side here. So we're gonna need furnaces here, 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 and here. So yeah, I'm gonna place the furnace here on the side, and then we go to the other side there. Okay guys, I'm on the other side here, and I already marked where 592 is here. We needed the furnaces. Let's go up here. There we go. And then we need to go 12 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then go all the way up. So yeah, every 12 blocks we need a tower of furnaces. Okay, I'm back here, and I already placed all the furnaces without any problems whatsoever. And of course I placed another one here for the small flying machine here, but every other one is 12 blocks apart, or 11 blocks between each. And now the next thing you have to do is mine all the blocks in this layer, so the flying machine doesn't get stuck. So yeah, that's, you know, that takes a little bit of a while, but hey, if you are mining a perimeter, there's gonna be mining. What did you think was gonna happen? So yeah, let's mine all the blocks on this layer, and I will be back in another second. Okay guys, I'm back here, and as you can see, I removed all the blocks in that layer. So now it's time to build the flying machine that will push this flying machine one block down and make it start going. Okay, so you can see that the flying machine has like a half of it is outside or closer to the outside of the area you are removing lava, and the other half is closer to the inside part, right? And whenever this flying machine gets there, this is gonna be the part that's in the inside, and this is the outside, right? So to build the flying machine that pushes this one down, we have to start building from where the inside part is, right? So that means we're gonna build it there, and it's gonna come all the way over here. And to stop it, I'm gonna just put 2 furnaces here to stop the flying machine so it doesn't keep going, or in this case it doesn't break the gold wall there. Okay, so we are gonna start building it from here, and in this case we have the small flying machine here, so we will need to start building it right next to this here. So I'm gonna have to mine a little bit of blocks so the slime doesn't stick there. But yeah, let's start. So we're gonna need the regular pistons over here, and let me place some blocks so I can do this. There we go. So we need the pistons here facing down, and then we need these slime blocks here, and we're gonna need the stick piston, slime, another stick piston, and the slime, and we're gonna need this observer that will power this stick piston, and now we need the observer powering this block here, this slime block. So I guess the best way to do this is temporarily place a block here, and then place the observer here, because this observer will power this piston to make the flying machine go that way, and at the same time it will power those 2 regular pistons that will push everything down. So to start, we just need to update that observer, and as you can see, it starts pushing everything down. And see, when it pushes this down, this piston tries to push the block in front of it, but because there is furnaces there, it doesn't push. That's why it's important. And you see this lava here, this is why we also leave a 4 blocks gap here, because if this lava was underneath the observers, it could update the observers and break the flying machine. And there it is, the flying machine stopped here. And now you can break this flying machine here. Oh, and there is one important thing that I forgot, but it's good that I forgot so I can show you guys. It's a good idea to crank up your simulation distance depending on the size of your perimeter, right? Because if the flying machines go outside the simulation distance, they will stop. So I can break this flying machine here and collect all the blocks. And now we can check everything is going great so far. And I intentionally left one block here. It's gonna take a while to get here, but I intentionally left this block here that will make the flying machine stop, so I can teach you guys how to how to deal with the flying machine if it stops. So let's wait for the flying machine to get here, I guess. Okay, the flying machines are getting here. Oops. And they will pop on the furnaces there. And yeah, see, they are perfectly stopping on the furnaces. And this one is gonna stop here because there is a block. The Striders, yeah, maybe they will survive. No, it didn't. It's fine. Yeah, let's ignore all the no Striders were hurt on this video. Yeah, they actually were. So, oh no, I accidentally forgot a block here. What do I do now? Okay, so mine the block first, of course. And then you have to update. So, for example, in this case, we want the flying machine to go in that direction. So we have to update this piston here, which is this observer that's powering this piston. So just break this block, and that's it. -1 Strider, and the flying machine is back here. Easy clap. Now the next step is to mine the layer again. So let's mine all the blocks in this layer again. Okay, I'm back. Mined all the blocks in this layer, and now we have to build the flying machine. So this time the furnaces go on this side, and the flying machine starts on the other side here, always starting on the part that is closest to the inside. So let's try to build the flying machine here. Okay, so in this case you need to restart building one block before this, because if you try to push directly there the stick piston, there's gonna be 13 blocks connected, so you're not gonna push. So you first have to push this piston down, and then the rest of it. That's why I started it over here. In the other case it was fine because it was the small flying machine. Okay, now we do this, and also I'm gonna build the flying machine on this side instead of the other time I built it like towards this flying machine. Now I'm gonna build it against it, right, or opposite side, because the small flying machine there needs to be pushed, so we need to get all the way up to that furnace with these pistons facing down. Okay, so let's place the stick pistons here, and observer, and another observer here. Okay, and now to start it we needed to power this piston here, or this updated observer, and I forgot to block here. Okay, this one wasn't intentional. It's fine. Let me update this flying machine here. And I get below here. There we go. It's fine. But I did intentionally made this. It didn't work. I wanted the fly machine to break here because sometimes when you have a, like when you are mining blocks down here like this, the fly machine sometimes breaks. Let's see if we can maybe do it here somehow. Let's see. Did it break? No. Yeah, I wanted it to break it so I can show how to fix. How do I do that? I think here is not gonna break. Because sometimes it removes the lava source and then it updates the piston because there is lava below the lava, right? If that makes any sense. I'm gonna try to break it here, but we'll see if it breaks or not. Maybe I could try to break this one. Let's see. Because sometimes it happens. It usually happens when you try to mine a double layer instead of one layer at a time. Let's see if it happens here. Maybe? No, it didn't happen. It's fine. It's fine. It only breaks when you don't want it to. When you intentionally want to break, it doesn't break. But yeah, if it breaks... let me stop the flame machine here. So, how it breaks is that sometimes this piston has a lava block there, and it will update while this piston is down, so it's gonna move it backwards, or well, I guess I can't show this here. It's fine. It's fine. Surely. Well, I guess I can try to build the fly machine here, how it looks like when it's broken, so I can show you guys how to fix. That's probably the best way to show this. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this. Let me see. Yeah, so when it breaks, it's gonna look like something like this. Okay? When there is lava updating and stuff, it's gonna look like something like this, right? So how do you fix that? So you usually is gonna have one of the regular pistons not connected to slime, so we want to connect this to the slime. So we need to push this over there, right? So how do we do that? We disconnect this slime here. Now this is just connect to that part. And now we need to update this piston. So we just place an observer here, update the piston. It will push the slime here to the correct position. And now you can break this piston, replace this slime block, and place the piston again. And it's fixed. And then you just update this piston if you want the fly machine to go that way, or this one if you want to go that way. So yeah, I hope this was clear enough, but you know, sometimes the fly machines break because it's the you know the downside of using these pistons facing down, because sometimes the lava updates and break the fly machine. But basically that's it. Now you just repeat everything again, just mine all the blocks, build another flying machine here that will push this down again, and then you build on the other side. No, mine on block, mine a layer, build a fly machine, mine a layer, build a fly machine until all the lava ocean is over. So I guess I'm gonna do that and come back with you guys later. Look at that, guys. Now that I wasn't recording, the fly machine broke. Exactly like I told you it would. Yeah, let's fix that. You remove this slime and place your observer here. Update. Then you replace that, and the fly machine is fixed. Oh, there it is. See, I told you. Okay, I'm back here. It's 4 days later, and as you can see, I moved all the lava and mined it all the way to bedrock. And now I'm gonna do the same thing here. I already placed the gravel walls, as you can see. And now I'm placing gravel in these places here because we need a 4 wide trench, so I'm gonna have to remove all this lava. I already did that on the other side, which is gonna take a while to get there. It's 700 blocks long. Getting there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, there. We already have a lot of gravel there. I still need to mine the trench. And there is another tip I can give you guys, that is when you have a big area like this, if you just mine one layer by layer, it's a little bit slow. So if you want to mine 2 layers, a good way to do it is to come to the borders and mine the borders down, because this way the lava will will flow down here. In this case, this is kind of like a cliff, but let's see if there is a better example somewhere. Oh no, this is also a cliff, but yeah, if it's all solid blocks, you have to mine it. Okay, looking down like this, you will mine 3 blocks and the lava will flow. And then when you start mining 2 blocks like this, see, the lava doesn't flow into the land, it just stays there. So that's another tip. But yeah, let me do all this and I'll come back with you guys in another week or 2 weeks, I don't know. Time's an illusion anyways. Okay guys, I'm back here and this is 15 days since the last clip. And guess what? There is no more lava and we are almost finished mining this here. We have 4 layers left. I already started mining these 2 layers here, as you will see when I get there. But yeah, there is 4 layers left. Anytime you get there, it's here. There you go. See? And you can see there is a bunch of barrels, because I'm trying this new strat where I mine it, and whenever my inventory is full, I place a barrel on the floor and place all the items here. And then later I will come back and break the barrels and put everything in shulker boxes. I think this does save me a little bit of time. Yeah, and I'm collecting blocks because I do need... you know, blackstone is a beautiful block. You always build with that, and I'm using them in the ceiling. And basalt, maybe I don't use as much, but why not, right? In netherrack, I am actually burning through netherrack so I can get the slabs for the floor. So let's go check our nether brick auto crafter that we did a few episodes ago. And remember that I just said the last clip was 15 days ago, so this has been running for a lot of time here. Let's go there in the nether brick auto crafter. And you can see we have some nether brick slabs here. And you might think only 7 shulkers. No, we have 5 shulkers plus a double chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there is 11 double chests full of shulkers of nether brick slabs plus 5. So we will complete this anytime soon, I guess. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff. And because I'm literally burning through fuel here, I have been using the wither skeleton farm to repair my pickaxes. As you can see here, I don't even know how this number, I think it was maybe 200,000 something before I started mining that area and using the wither skeleton farm. So yeah, we are using coal blocks there to burn all the netherrack. And another thing you might notice, maybe it's not so noticeable at night to let us sleep, is that I am using a different texture pack for to remove the fog. I guess it's better to sing in the nether probably. But yeah, you kind of can see here. Before, the one I was using before, it would show the chunks, right? Like those square edges of the chunk. But this one, it removes only the fog, what's called it's actually the name of the pack, the environmental fog. Yeah, no environmental fog. I found this on Modrinth. So if you want this, and in the nether, we were there in the nether just now, so you probably saw. But yeah, in the nether also, as you can see, let's load everything. Yeah, it has a fog all the way there, which is much better than loading those chunky borders and stuff. Yeah, and another thing maybe you guys are curious to see is how much netherite I got. There probably is a little bit more there, but usually the last 4 layers are not that great for uh, ancient debris. So let's enter our cringe binge cave base here, and we have our vault here. I'm not gonna do the password. I'm so bad at doing that. I just break into the vault. I'm a bank thief or something. I get it. There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, we got a lot of ancient debris here. And yeah, I haven't been burning the ancient debris because, you know, we are in the cringe binge cave base, so sometimes when you do cringe binge headstone, what happens? It breaks. Yeah, my furnace selector here, as you can see, it's all completely broken. And I think the reason it is broken is because I left a bunch of items there. And while it was going, I unloaded the chunks, and as you can see, this is like in 4 different chunks. And there is stuff. So yeah, it broke everything. It's so completely broken. Yeah, it's fine, you know. I will fix this whenever we get to the next update that there is copper golems, because the copper golems will be great for this multi-item sorting stuff, which as you can see it's also very broken here, all messed up. So yeah, whenever the copper golem update comes, we fix this. But I guess that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to remove lava. And this was probably a very big video, so if you are still watching until the end, comment broken. Yeah, comment broken, because my furnace is broken. It's fine. It's so fine. Bye.